Imagine a world where the boundary between the living and the dead is not a wall, but a veil that can be pierced by those who dare to look too closely. You are part of a quiet community where strange occurrences are dismissed as folklore, until you discover that elsewhere is not a metaphor, it's a place just beyond our perception, inhabited by entities that have been watching us for millennia. But when a series of inexplicable events begins to unravel the fabric of your reality, you realize that survival isn't about fighting monsters. It's about understanding the rules of a game you didn't know you were playing. Welcome to Elsewhere, the first chilling, atmospheric, and deeply psychological installment in Dean Koontz's standalone masterpiece. If you love supernatural thriller tropes, metaphysical mystery, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated terror of facing the unknown through wit, intuition, and superior empathy, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral chill of isolation with the profound warmth of human connection. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's encounter with the inexplicable, thrusting them into a race against time to uncover the truth before the veil closes forever. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of rain and old books, the hum of latent energy, and the creeping dread of knowing that every shadow could hide an observer. Koontz excels at capturing the psychological nuance of living in a world where magic is real but dangerous, making every successful negotiation, every shared secret, and every narrow escape from madness feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of one's soul to the void. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular metaphysical mystery trope and the brilliant interconnected lives dynamic. This isn't just about finding answers. It's about understanding the complex ecology of the spirit world, managing limited emotional resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on fear and ignorance. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer the past, forge uneasy alliances with eccentric neighbors, and completely shock cynical strangers with their stubborn belief in hope is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the emotion to life, making the rustle of leaves, the shudder of a tear, and the frantic chatter of the mind feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular charm and the fantasy mechanics, the soul of Elsewhere lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a seeker, they are a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of holding on to the past while trying to build a future. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, unbreakable bond with the people they meet along the way, a found family bound by shared trauma, and the knowledge that they are the only ones who truly understand the value of what has been lost. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet conversations in the shop feel just as impactful as the explosive, heart-pounding confrontations with the truth. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major revelation threatens to unravel the connections the protagonist has worked so hard to build, forcing them into a desperate, high-stakes confrontation with their own fears. The finale is a breathtaking display of emotional courage, strategic brilliance, and raw, unbridled love. They must use every hidden trick, every overloaded trap, and every ounce of their will to hold the line against an unstoppable tide of forgetting. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive paradigm-shifting victory that proves humanity's greatest weapon isn't its technology, it's its ability to remember. Elsewhere is a triumph of the supernatural thriller genre. It is smart, funny, and unapologetically intense. Dean Koontz has crafted a novel that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog holding the line against oblivion. Plug in your headphones, check your pockets, and join the keeper. The world is full of lost things, but they're here to stay.